Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers: Sonny shipped off to Ferncliff, looks criminally insane after Ava's plan works. General Hospital EHO spoilers reveal that Iva Jerome, Mora West, is hoping to cause Sonny Corinthos, Mora Spennard, nervous breakdown, and she wants it to happen in a very public way. Now that Ava has blackmailed the pharmacist into supplying Sonny with full placebos, she's a step closer to achieving her goal. However, Ava's plan comes with some dangerous risks. That goes for Ava and anyone else who might rile Sonny up while he's no longer medicated. Sonny has already proven how volatile and menacing he can be on the wrong dosage of his meds. And that's just with pills that are 1/4 strength. Now that we're dealing with total placebos, things are about to get ugly. Sonny will fly off the handle and exhibit some truly outrageous behavior in the coming episodes, so it's probably just a matter of who he'll hurt and how badly. Whether Ava's the victim or someone else, Sonny may look criminally insane by the end of all this. Valentin Cassadine's James Paddock Stewart original plan was to get Sonny sent to Pentonville, but the situation may shift now that Ava has commandeered this altered med scheme. Sonny might actually get shipped off to Ferncliff thanks to his public nervous breakdown and whatever crimes he might commit because of it. Of course, Sonny will surely get released once he gets the help he needs and the whole truth comes out. Unfortunately, Sonny's situation will get far worse in the meantime. It's clear that Sonny will have to deal with some serious struggles thanks to Ava's vengeful actions and this bold attempt to push him over the edge. Do you think Sonny might end up stuck at Ferncliff for a while? Will Ava's plan result in Avery Corinthos, Ava and Grace Scarola, Dat getting locked up? Regardless, our GH predictions point to Ava facing a comeuppance for going this far, so none of this is going to turn out well for her. General Hospital spoilers say Sonny and Ava's feud will build to some shocking moments, so we'll bring you updates on all the terrible news ahead. The moon cast a pale glow over Port Charles, illuminating the murky depths of the town's darkest secrets. Inside the Corinthos mansion, the atmosphere was heavy with tension. Sonny Corinthos paced the floor, his mind a whirlwind of chaotic thoughts. Ava Jerome's plan was in full swing, and Sonny could feel the noose tightening around his neck. It had all begun weeks ago. Ava, driven by a vendetta against Sonny, had concocted a scheme so twisted that it could only have been born from her own dark imagination. She knew that to bring down a man like Sonny, she had to hit him where it hurt the most, his sanity. And so with meticulous precision, she set her plan into motion. Ava started subtly, planting seeds of doubt and fear in Sonny's mind. She enlisted the help of a few key players in Port Charles, people who had their own reasons for wanting to see Sonny fall. They whispered in his ear, fed him lies, and manipulated situations to make him question his own reality. The first sign that something was wrong came when Sonny began experiencing vivid hallucinations. He would see his late wife, Lily, standing at the foot of his bed, her eyes filled with sorrow and accusation. Her ghostly presence haunted his every waking moment, and no matter how hard he tried to shake the visions, they clung to him like a dark shadow. Then came the voices. At first, they were faint whispers, barely audible above the hum of everyday life. But as the days passed, they grew louder and more insistent. They taunted him, mocked him, and dredged up memories of his past sins. Sonny's grip on reality began to slip, and he found himself lashing out at those around him. Carly was the first to notice the change in her husband. She tried to reach out to him, to offer her support, but Sonny pushed her away. He was convinced that everyone was conspiring against him, that they were all in on Ava's plan. His paranoia grew, and he became increasingly isolated. Ava watched from the shadows, a satisfied smile playing on her lips. She knew that the final phase of her plan was about to unfold. With the help of a forged letter and a few well-placed bribes, she managed to convince the authorities that Sonny was a danger to himself and others. It wasn't long before a court order was issued, mandating his commitment to Ferncliff, the notorious psychiatric facility. The day of Sonny's transfer was one of the darkest in Port Charles history. The mansion was swarming with law enforcement officers, their expressions grim as they carried out their orders. Sonny fought tooth and nail, his protests echoing through the halls, but it was no use. He was overpowered and sedated, his body limp and unresponsive as they strapped him to a gurney. As the ambulance doors slammed shut, Carly watched in horror, her heart breaking for the man she loved. She knew that Ava was behind this, but proving it would be another matter entirely. She vowed to uncover the truth, to expose Ava's treachery and bring Sonny back from the brink of madness. Inside Ferncliff, Sonny's nightmare had only just begun. The facility was a labyrinth of sterile corridors and padded cells, a place where the line between sanity and insanity was blurred beyond recognition. The staff treated him like a criminal, subjecting him to a barrage of tests and treatments designed to break his spirit. Days turned into weeks, and Sonny's mental state continued to deteriorate. The hallucinations grew more frequent, the voices more persistent. He found himself questioning everything he had ever known, doubting his own memories and experiences. Ava's plan was working perfectly. Sonny Corinthos was on the verge of losing his mind. Back in Port Charles, Carly enlisted the help of Jason Morgan and a few trusted allies. They began digging into Ava's past, looking for any shred of evidence that could prove her involvement in Sonny's downfall. It was a race against time, a desperate bid to save Sonny before it was too late. The turning point came when Jason discovered a hidden recording, a damning piece of evidence that exposed Ava's role in the conspiracy. With this proof in hand, Carly stormed into the police station, demanding that the charges against Sonny be dropped and that he be released from Ferncliff immediately. The ensuing legal battle was fierce, but in the end, justice prevailed. Sonny was freed from Ferncliff, his name cleared, but the scars of his ordeal would take time to heal. He returned home, a shadow of the man he once was, his spirit battered but not broken. As for Ava, she faced the full wrath of the law. Her plan had backfired spectacularly, and she found herself behind bars, her empire in ruins. But even in defeat, she remained unrepentant, a twisted smile playing on her lips as she contemplated her next move. Port Charles breathed a collective sigh of relief, but the memory of Sonny's time in Ferncliff would linger, a grim reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath.